How we do anything is how we do everything. And when you show up for your life, you're making a statement of intent. You're saying who you are. And people observe you before you say a word. They're watching everything you do. And Martin, I congratulate you today, Martin, for what you've done, for this dream. Because it's a dream, and it's a big dream. My name is Vanessa Mclean, and I've got this book. It's called Fight for Your Dream. Let me just show with a hand. How many people have a big dream? Yes, we all have dreams. And it's because of this dream, I had a conversation with Martin. And he inspired me to do what I'm doing, touching people's hearts, finding their passion. And when Martin shared what he wanted to do, to have this event today, let me hear you say obstacles. I can't hear you, come on, that's why I asked you to come forward. Obstacles. Obstacles. Yeah, do we get obstacles? Yes. Do they come in our way? Yes. And what happens sometimes when we have these obstacles? We want to give up. But I'm here today to say, whatever obstacle comes in your way, you're going to go around them, you're going to go over them, you're going to find a way. And Martin's found a way today to live his passion. It may not look how you want it to look right now, Martin, but believe me, my mentor, Mr. Les Brown, the world's leading motivational speaker, he's been speaking to millions of people around the world. And I remember he told a story once. He'd had an event to speak at. Over 3,000 people were supposed to turn up. And when he showed up in the room, there was only 5 people sitting in the front row. Martin, you've done better than Les Brown. Noted. Because he's the world's leading motivational and inspirational speaker. So don't let any obstacle that comes in front of you stop you from living your dream. I'm glad that I'm here today, and I'm glad that I have this opportunity to share with you. I'm only going to be very, very brief because I don't want to steal anybody's thunder. I want to just say, the reason why I'm doing this is because I knew that I could make a difference in people's lives. I watched my mother for many years who, due to medical negligence, she couldn't walk. But everybody that came into her presence, she made them feel special. And I want to know if you have something in you that can do that to somebody. Whether it be your passion, whether it be your calling, whatever we want to call it. There's something about each of us that we can change people's lives with. And I would watch my mother as she would interact with people when they came to the house. And they were always so warmed and inspired by what she would say to them. She couldn't walk. But yet still, she had the power and the ability to make someone feel great. And I watched her as she spoke. I said, one day, I want to be like that woman, one day. And it was many years later that I had the opportunity to meet Mr. Les Brown, and I saw what he was doing. The same thing as my mother, but on a global level. I said, I want that man to teach me. And you've heard some speakers today, you've seen what they're doing. There's something in them that you could take away. And I knew that I had to find out from this man, Mr. Les Brown, how can you teach me to speak? In 2007, he had a cruise your way to greatness. I didn't have the money. And that's what Opie spoke about. I didn't have the money, but I said, what is it going to cost me if I don't go on this Caribbean cruise where Les Brown is the leading speaker? I'm so glad I said yes. And whatever dream, whatever passion, whatever your desire is, I invite you today to say yes. Because 6 years ago, I sat on that cruise and he looked in my eyes and said, I see greatness in you. I want you to turn to the person beside you and say, I see greatness in you. You can tell me as well. Because how many times do people tell you that? You don't believe in yourself. I didn't believe in myself. I didn't know there was a speaker in me, but he saw something in me that I could touch the world. And from that moment, I said, yes, this is my calling. This is what I have to do. I have to be a speaker. Not just to be a speaker, but to train people to communicate effectively, to tell their story. You have a passion. How can you tell that story so people want to listen to you? They want to buy into you? That's what I had to do. But I want you to Martin, I'm going to come off of this now. I just want to leave you with a quick story, and I want you to take this away. It was many years after my mother had died. I was sitting in the conservatory and I was reading a book, The Power of Positive Thinking. And this book she'd had for many, many years, and it began to turn orange. And as I flicked through the pages, there was a dog-eared page. And I began to read it. There was a famous trapeze artist. He'd been teaching his students how to negotiate the high bar. And he said to one of the students, come up to the bar, come. Let me see what you can do. And as we go through life, what mostly happens when we're presented with something we're not familiar with, we freeze. And the student, he froze. So what did the teacher do? He put his arm on the student's shoulder and he said, throw your heart over the bar and your body will follow. And today, whatever dream, whatever calling you have on your life, you know you've got something to do today. And today's the beginning of your journey. And that's the journey I am on. I'm helping people to find their passion, live their story. My business is called It's In Your Story. You have a story today, and the world needs to hear it. You have a story, it has to be heard. There's no holding back today. Martin, come on, give it to us.
Thank you, Vanessa. Thank you so much.